This time of day, she's like, it's about 7-ish. That's what I was asking. You're gonna watch this later to make sure I'm not. Oh yeah, I was gonna study it. Oh yeah, that was totally passive aggressive. Ooh.
Yeah, we're supposed to bring this book.
I guess it's which is lecture. Not our military library that once was at Erev.
This was branded. It's been claimed by the public library.
I feel like the shares are so far away.
It's like, yeah, so different.
Should be like raised them up a little bit.
You want to have a whole circle, not stand up and
I mean, something tightening around the circle would be amazing. We really the chairs or something. This one especially, this side feels like it's really sad.
yeah.
Like, maybe like. So like, okay, so these people over here. Okay, yeah, like. Something like that.
Well, that's too far out.
Yeah, no, that's too far out. Oh, there. Okay, there. Oh, yeah.
That's like Phil says.
There you go.
Yes.
Is it working? Yes. Okay, was it not working?
I mean, no, it's just.
It was just sad. And it stopped the live stream. It wasn't done.
Oh,
Oops.
who did that?
When we assumed that, we assumed it was Erev. This is really awkward. I don't know how people.
Come on,
This is
honey.
not working.
Let me tell my husband, he wouldn't listen. They don't listen.
This is like, what is this? This is like the choppiest haircut I've ever seen. There's now something. Yeah, from it. No excuses.
Everybody,
Come on now, let's get out of here. Theo, Asher.
come on, guys. We're all over the front row. Say nice to people. Yeah.
Like I said, I see people make a friend now.
No.
No, yeah.
Where's someone else supposed to sit there? I mean, all over them in other chairs. Yeah.
There's no splash now. You're all in splash so when the clock strikes 7:15, we're going with it. We do have it. So just here, everybody just stare awkward. All 60 seconds. Those are still lit from Aaliyah. Aaliyah lit the candles, and she struck a match. She lit both of them, and then she dropped the match, and I picked up the match and I blew it out. And no tickle books were lost. So we can kind of skip over section 120 of our prayer books, unless we would like to go through it again. As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Turning now to page 127. I was hoping that somebody could read the top of page 127 in English.
There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure greatly by what we do not need. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were one until we can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in plenty of creation. There are days when we act as if we care nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, a day of rest, a day of wonder, a day of peace.
Thank you, Brenda. That was lovely. And now, because it's such a beautiful day today, I think on page 128, we should sing Ma Yafeh Hayom, which means how lovely today is. So this is your Hebrew lesson for today. On page 128, the second prayer from the top. Ma means how or what. Yafeh means pretty. And Hayom means, you can't find it? 128. It's the second one down. You found it?
Those chairs have some.
Uh-oh. Okay, you can move one more into the circle if you don't want to sit next to Mark. So, anyway, it's a beautiful day, so we're singing the second song down on page 128, which is Ma Yafeh Hayom.
How many times do we sing that?
As many as we feel like.
I feel like you want it shorter.
I mean, it's a nice day. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. I felt like that was the right amount. Now let's turn to page 138 to welcome the bride of Shabbat. We will sing portions 1, portions 5, and then 9, where we will stand up and rise to greet the bride. Lehadodi lehigrat kala, panei Shabbat nehekabela. Lehadodi lehigrat kala, panei Shabbat nehekabela. Lehadodi lehigrat kala, panei Shabbat nehekabela. Lehadodi ligrat kala, panei Shabbat nekabela. Shahamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi anu el hamiuhad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litila. Leha dodi lekrat kala, Pane Shabbat nekabela, Leha dodi lekrat kala, Pane Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, Kiva oreku mi uri shir daberi, kevod Adonai alaik nigla. Leha dodi lekrat kala, Pane Shabbat nekabela, Leha dodi lekrat kala, Pane Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, Gam b'simcha uv'zola, toch emunehi am segula, boi hala. Leha dodi lehigrat kala, Pane Shabbat nekabela. Leha dodi lehigrat kala, Pane Shabbat nekabela. Leha dodi lehigrat kala, Pane Shabbat nekabela, Leha dodi lekrat kala, Pane Shabbat nekabela. This morning. And I'm pretty sure she was drinking out of this old juice. Yeah, we came up with an interesting term because she was marrying her friend Amber, and Abram was like, well, what do we use for same-sex couples? Because they're two girls. And I'm like, well, I have one on my ketubah. So, like, yeah, right. So I was looking through that, and it's, so for boys, it would be like Ben Zug, that's two men. And that's also for a mixed gender couple, for men. And for an exclusively female couple, it would be Benot Zug or Bat Zug, because it's female. Because, you know, in Hebrew, the male-female is also the masculine. If you have a mixed group of people who are male and female, you use masculine pronouns for all of them. So if it's a couple who's male and female, you would use the Ben Zug as well. So, yeah, right, so you would say partners in marriage instead of husband and wife, essentially. So yes, I'm very proud today that my 8-year-old girl got married. But we did an educational demonstration of pulling down the huppah to show the kids, because they've walked past when we've been doing weddings here before in the sanctuary, and they were all like curious. So they wanted to stage their own wedding for the 9-year-olds and the 6-year-olds. And so we walked them through what a wedding is like, a Jewish wedding is like. They did the whole circling thing. It was nice. It was very nice. So, page 142. We're going to welcome the angels of Shabbat to come join us and bring us peace. Oh, can you sit down? Why are we standing?
Because I started talking with voices.
Oh, it's your fault. Why are you all? I know why I'm standing. That's perfect. Okay, great. Perfect. Everything is perfect. It's a Shabbat miracle. Okay. Page 142. Brenda, did you want to come up here and deliver Shalom Lamb?
This is one of my favorites. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Yom, Lihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oachem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Yom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Yom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedhem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Yom, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Thank you, President Brenda. All right, we can now turn to page 144 for the Nazi finish. Divrahute v'yamlik malhute b'haye hon v'yomehon uv'hayet ho beit Yisrael ba'gala uv'izmahan kaharib v'yimaru Yaheshme Rabba Mevara Le'olam Ulam Ehamaya Yitbarak Vayishtabak Yitbahav Yitramon Vayinaseh Vayitadahav Vayidaleh Vayidalaha Shemed Kashabrihu Lahela Min Kol Berhata Bashir Rata Tush behata vanehemata da'amir ambelma himaru. You can now rise and turn to page 146. Da 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 da. Baruch et Adonai Hamevorah. You may be seated. On page 148 is the Ma'ariv Aravim, where we celebrate the coming of evening and the mixing of lightness and darkness. It celebrates Adonai in the form of Adonai Zevaot, the artist, the painter, and all the beautiful colors of nature. So if you could join me on the top of page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bidvaro ma'ari varavi, behokma poteach sherim, uvidvana mishaneitim, umaklef et hahazmanim, sader et hakokavim, b'mishmerotehem barkia kertsono, borei yom balayla, kolel or mipnei hoshe, vehoshe mipnei hor, avir yom uvevi laila, Abdil ben Yom Uven Laila, Adonai Zavahot Shemo, El Hai V'Hayam, Tamidim Lo Kolenu Le'Olam Vahed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Hamahariv Aravim. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. I would hope somebody could join me on page 150 to 151. And it's Carolyn. Would somebody like to do a reading in English on page 150 or 151, or Hebrew? Anyone? Tony? Could you do a reading for us, one of the sections on 150 to 151? Amen. Turn to page 152 for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malachuto, Leholam Va'ed. Turn the page. Ve'ahavtaha. Leman tizkaru. Adonai Elohim. Turn the page now to 156, and would someone be willing to offer a reading on this page, either the Hebrew or the English?
All this we hold to be true and trust in you. You alone are God. Neither is your name. You are our sovereign Savior. You deliver us from oppressors' hands and saves us from tyrants' fists. You work wonders without number, marvels beyond count. You give us life and steady our footsteps. You perform miracles for us before we dare.
Turn to page 158. Mi hamoka be'elim Adonai, mi hamoka nehida bakodesh. Nora tehilot, o sehefele, nora tehilot, o sehefele. Malhuteha, Rahubaneha, Bokehayaham, Lifne Moshe Umiriam, Zehelia Nuveamaru, Adonai Himlohok, Adonai Himlohok, Leholam Bahad. V'nehemar, kifada Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miat hazak mamehenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ka Yisrael. Please rise for the Amidah, page 164. Adonai sevat hafika uki agita hilatecha. Adonai sevat hafika uki agita hilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Moteinu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor B'Hanurah, El Elyon, Gamel Hasadim Tovim, Vekon Hepakot, V'Zoher Haseyachot B'Maho, Umevi Yola Livnei Nehem, Leman Shemo V'Yahava, Melech Ozer, Mashiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sahara, Atah Gibor Le'olam Manai, Mechayeh HaKohatara V'Moshiach, Mori HaTafa, Mechel Ha'im B'Hesed, Mechayeh HaKober Rachamim Rabim, Sohomek Noflim Verofe Holy, Umakir Asuri, Umekayem Amunato, Lishenei Ahah, Mihamoka Balkiros, Umido Mela, Melech Lemid Umehayehu, Umatzmi Yeshua, V'neman Ataleot Hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol. Ooh. So this week's Parsha is Parsha Shoftim. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Daniel Clift. Like all of you, I am a member of this congregation. This week, the Torah gives us Parshat Shoftim, Judges. Moses is speaking to a generation standing at the edge of the land. He doesn't begin with miracles or poetry. He begins with something far more practical and far more demanding: how to build a society that can actually endure. You shall appoint judges and officers in all your gates, and they shall judge the people with righteous judgment. You shall not pervert judgment. You shall not show favoritism. You shall not take a bribe. Justice shall you pursue, that you may live and inherit the land that Adonai Elohecha is giving you. The word tzedek appears twice. Why is it doubled? The rabbis teach us that the doubling is deliberate. Pursue justice with urgency and pursue it completely. Pursue it in the great cases and the small ones. Pursue it even when it is inconvenient or costly, because without it, the foundations crack. Pirkei Avot puts the consequences in stark terms. The sword enters the world because of the delays in justice, perversions of justice, and teaching that distorts the law. Shoftim is the Torah's detailed response. Create courts that are fair and accessible. Investigate thoroughly. Require at least 2 credible witnesses before conviction. Limit the power of a king so he cannot amass excessive horses, wives, or wealth that would turn his heart away from his people. The king must write a personal copy of the Torah, that's the law, and keep it with him always, a constant reminder that even the highest authority stands under the law. The portion continues with practical structures of mercy and restraint. Cities of refuge protect the person who kills accidentally, giving time for a fair trial instead of private vengeance. Before an army attacks a city, it must first offer terms of peace, and in the heat of siege, fruit trees must not be destroyed. For a human being is a tree of the field. Even in war, the means of future life are to be preserved. The portion ends with the ritual of the Egla Arufa. This is an interesting one. When a murdered body is found in a field and the killer is unknown, the elders of the nearest city bring a heifer, break its neck in a barren valley, and declare, "Our hands did not shed this blood, and our eyes did not see it." The community cannot simply wash its hands. It must acknowledge shared responsibility for the conditions that allowed the tragedy. Can you even imagine something like this being done in present? What would it look like if we took that ritual seriously in our own time? These teachings are particular to the Jewish covenantal story. They are also universal. Transparent, accountable justice is the condition for any society that hopes to live without the constant threat of the sword. Some of the ethical instincts in Shoftim found later echoes in the development of international humanitarian law. The modern laws of armed conflict, the Hague and the Geneva Conventions, grew primarily from European just war traditions, Roman law, and hard experience of the 19th and 20th centuries, yet clear parallels remain. The biblical command to offer peace before battle anticipates the preference for peaceful resolution. The prohibition against cutting down fruit trees anticipates modern protections against unnecessary destruction of civilian resources and the environment. The demand for careful investigation and limits on authority resonates with due process norms that appear in contemporary international standards. The Torah is not the historical blueprint for the Geneva Convention, but it remains one of the deep moral wells from which human longing for restrained power continues to draw. When we turn to the modern state of Israel, the same verse still speaks with 2 voices at once. The reestablishment of Jewish sovereignty after centuries of exile is a profound historical and spiritual fulfillment. Israel's institutions, an independent judiciary, a high court of justice that hears petitions from Israelis and residents of the territories, basic laws that enshrine human dignity, and military justice mechanisms that investigate alleged violations embody a serious commitment to the rule of law. In dense urban conflict, detailed targeting procedures, advance warnings, and efforts at civilian evacuation reflect an operational attempt to honor the principles of distinction and proportionality. At the same time, the Torah never allows complacency. The land belongs ultimately to Adonai. We dwell there as tenants, whose continued flourishing is tied to the quality of the justice we practice. The ongoing reality of dual legal systems in Judea and Samaria have generated intense internal Israeli debate and sustained external criticism. Some Jewish voices emphasize the miracle of sovereignty and the necessity of defending it under existential threat. Others insist that disparities in rights and enforcement risk undermining the very ethical foundation on which secure inheritance depends. A third pragmatic voice notes that every nation-state balances ideal and necessity, and that the relevant question is the direction of travel. Whether institutions are strengthening or eroding the capacity for impartial justice. The verse itself refuses to become a slogan for any camp. It remains a permanent measuring rod. And what of us here in Anchorage, far away from the gates of ancient cities and the attention of most of the world? Yet we're still called by the same double command. We live in a place of extraordinary beauty and extraordinary distance. Rural communities often wait longer for court dates. Indigenous neighbors continue to seek full recognition of rights and equitable access to justice. Resource decisions about oil, mining, fishing, and climate impacts affect the living systems that sustain future generations. In this setting, Tzedek Tirdoff is not abstract. What does the pursuit of justice look like for Alaskan Reform Jews? I don't know, any thoughts? I'm taking ideas. What's an example of social justice in Alaska? ACLU, okay. Well, here's a few examples. I'm not going to leave you hanging forever, okay. Here's some ideas that I threw into this. It looks like supporting practical measures that make the courts accessible. State Senator Forrest Dunbar introduced legislation to strengthen funding for the Alaska Legal Services Corporation. I mean, it's something. And it provides free civil legal help to low-income residents. When a single mother in crisis or an elder facing eviction can actually obtain counsel, the system moves closer to the Torah's demand for our courts that are fair and reachable. The court should not be off limits to anybody. It looks like environmental decisions that honor Baal Tashit, the ancient refusal to destroy the sources of life. While recognizing that responsible development of our resources creates the jobs and revenue that sustain communities across the state, salmon streams and clean water are not disposable. Neither is economic foundation that allows Alaskans to live here with dignity. I'm just gonna skip, maybe. I feel like this is longer than I expected it to be. Does it feel longer than I expected it to be? I don't know.
I was not going to know.
Oh,
Expected to be an outline here.
oh gosh. Okay. Okay, well, I was about to do a shout out to Abram Goodstein, so I probably shouldn't skip that because he's watching. Yeah, right. He'll watch later. It looks like engaging in interfaith and civic conversation about accountability in public institutions and law enforcement. Our own Rabbi Abram Goodstein has quietly modeled this work for years by serving on the Anchorage Police Department's Diversity Community Board and Citizens Review Panel. And when harm occurs in our own community, whether environmental damage, social inequity, or violence, it looks like the work of Egla Arufa, examining the systems that allowed it, refusing the easy claim that our hands are clean, and repairing what we can with the knowledge that we are all responsible for justice in our land. Friends, the Torah does not promise that justice will ever be finished. It promises that the relentless pursuit of justice is the condition of life itself. May we leave the sanctuary, this Shabbat, with the double command still ringing in our ears. Tzedek, Tirdoff. Justice, justice shall you pursue. May the work of our congregation of this city and all who labor for a more just society be blessed. And may the land we inhabit, this beautiful state of Alaska, be a place where justice flourishes so that all who live here may dwell in dignity and in peace. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who loves righteousness and justice. Baruch atah Adonai ohev tzedakah u'mishpat. And let us say, thank you. Now, let's turn. Are there any questions? Does anybody have anything to say? I did email you. I did. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Turn now to page 371 for the Misha Barak, and I've got a list of people who need healing. At the top of that list is Ross Rumack, and Frank Iraskin, Micah Purdy, Susan Mermelstein, Kara Clift. How are you feeling, Mom? Sleeping? Okay. Josie Lemire, Ib Tigerian, Elliot Rivas, Diane Corney, Gary Martin, Jane Fordson, Sharon Azoret, Emmy Zechariah, Herb Weikart, Cynthia Weikart, Pat Victor, Kit Astra, Pearl Selke, Seamus Murphy, Scott Brink, Barry Tigerian. Kara, how are you feeling? You want to come off the list? It's a huge blessing whenever anyone can come off this list. Victory. Carol Rumack, Lucille Joseph, and Danny Victor. And if there's anyone else you're thinking about who needs any need of healing, please say their name or think it in your heart. Mishe Behera Ahavoteinu Mekor Habraha Laimahotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Behera Imotenu Mekor Habraha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Let's move to page 587 for the Elenu. Please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'kol, l'teit l'aliot breshi, shehu sam kalkeinu liahed et shemo, ve'gohor aleinu lahamlik malchuto, v'anachnu korim, u'mishpachim u'olim, lifnei melech, Malchei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Turn the page. Shehu notei shamayim v'yosed haaretz, u'Moshe v'yikaro b'shamayim imaho, u'shechinatu zo, v'govei meromi. Hu Eloheinu Enod Emet Malkeinu Efesulato, Kakahatu Betorahato, Veyadat Hahayom, Veyadat Hahayom, Vahashavota Elevaveha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, Bashamayim Mimaha, Ve'al ha'aretz, ve'al ha'aretz, mitahad, enod, enod. 591, middle. Mom, did you want to read this on 591 in English? Top of 591?
Bringing wisdom in our lives, overflowing like the river with understanding. Love, each of us, for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand to conquer fear, doubt, and despair. Rise up, blessed Son of God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy and wholeness of freedom and
V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech ha'koharetz Vayom hahu yihye Adonai echad Ushemo echad. Turn to page 598. This is the yard site for Randall Fleischer, Jeanette Gordon Kerman, Louis Jacobs, Irving Lasky, Andrew Lynn, Emma Spees, Francesca Favuza Wolf, and Joseph H. Wolf. If there is anyone else who you are thinking about in this time, you may say their names aloud or in your heart. Zikronam livraha, may their memories be for a blessing. Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, v'alma divra hirhute v'amlik malhute, v'hahayon uv'yomehon, uv'chayed chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv imaru amen. Yahei shmei rabba mivarach le'olam ulamei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitba'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit olal, shemed, kedusha, barihu. Le'ela min kol berhata v'shirata. Tush behata v'nehamata. Da'amiram be'alma v'imeru. Amen. Yahei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'hayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imeru. Oseh shalom b'mrama. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imeru. Well, is there anybody who wants to offer a closing melody? Let's see, is that on page 647? Oh. Yep, Barry is correct. It's on the bottom of 647. Zimraya Layahili Lishua Ozi Vazimraya Layahili Lishua Ozi Vazimraya Layahili Lishua Ozi Vazimraya Vayahi Lishua Ozi Vazimraya Vayahi Lishua Ozi Vazimraya Vayahi Lishua. Right. Are there any announcements? Because I can't think of any. Come up here, President Brenda.
I don't have the whole holiday schedule in front of me, but Erev Rosh Hashanah is Friday night, September 11th. Yes, I am very short, thank you. Friday, September 11th, starting at 7 p.m., goodness sake, listen to me. And the next morning, yes, the next morning we'll be having children's service before the regular service. So the children's service starts at 9, and the regular service on Rosh Hashanah morning starts at 10:30. We'll have some children's activities for those with young children. There'll be JEC childcare will be offered on Erev Rosh Hashanah, on Rosh Hashanah morning, and also on Yom Kippur for Kol Nidre and Yom Kippur morning. That's for ages babies to 5 years old, and then those from like 5 to B'nai Mitzvah. We have activities on Rosh Hashanah where they can paint rocks, they can do thank you cards, they can build Lego, and we're also going to have them go outside and gather decorations for the sukkah. On Yom Kippur, the Clift family very generously has a puppet show that they are going to show for the children while we're doing regular services here in the sanctuary. And yeah, it's gonna be, it's wonderful. Yeah, and people are. Oh, yeah, the Cliff Brahmin family, and the play is wonderful. It's well remembered by the children, and if the full schedule for the holidays will be coming out soon. It's already been in the Kol Shalom, so if you get that via email, then you've probably already seen it. I'm sure we'll be sending it out again soon. And then there'll be Sukkot and Simchat Torah. I don't have all the dates memorized for those, but we'll be getting out a full schedule of that again to remind people of what's coming up.
Brenda's also like in charge of the holiday committee, so she's been extra busy with all of this.
Yeah, Brenda is the holiday committee. Break the fast at the end of Yom Kippur is a potluck. It is a non-meat potluck. Bring something, please. We apparently didn't say that enough last year. We need volunteers for setup, cleanup, etc. But apparently it was not said enough last year and possibly the year before either that break the fast is a potluck. If you want to break a fast with community, somebody has to provide food.
Barry, did you say that it's break the fast is a potluck?
Break the fast is a potluck, Daniel. And it is a non-meat potluck, and that means that Daniel's husband cannot make his hot dogs on the grill and keep them on a separate table. That is still not acceptable in a non-meat potluck. No.
That sounds highly suggestive.
Vegetarian hot dogs would be okay.